Today we are making red beans and rice, and I thought since it's Mardi Gras season, I would do some things that kind of remind us of that time of year. And this recipe is so easy, and I also was just going to talk, about a few shortcuts that we could do too.
Yeah.
So I have in this pot a pound of Conecuh, and you could use whatever smoked sausage you want. You could use andouille or, your favorite. And so I just sliced it up. It was just 1 pound, and so I have it over kind of medium-high heat, and we'll get that going. We're just gonna get some color on that before we add our other veggies, which in this bowl I have a green bell pepper and a few ribs of celery and half of an onion. So I just chopped that up really fine. And I have some water going.
Right.
Okay, so the craziest thing happened to me the other day. Have you ever heard of boiling a bag rice?
Yes, have you not?
I have. So I had a group of friends over and I made shrimp creole.
Okay.
And so I got the rice out, this rice, and half the people there had never heard of boiling a bag rice.
You're kidding.
I thought they were kidding. No.
They weren't.
They weren't kidding. So I was like, well, I'm certainly going to take this on the show and make sure that everyone out there watching knows what this is.
If you don't know what it is, Lucy is judging you.
I mean, I'm sorry that you don't know what this is, because it's like the easiest thing. We always use this growing up. So the rice is portioned in these bags, and the bags have holes. So you just drop it into boiling water.
And you boil it in a bag.
Rice too, and you boil it in a bag. And there's no measuring, and it always turns out perfect. They have brown rice, and I do the brown rice one all the time. And you can, 4 of them come in here, and I already gave my mother one.
Okay.
Because I'm giving her some red beans and rice so she can make sure to have rice later. But I was like, I just have to make sure everybody out there knows.
It truly is so easy.
It is. I was like, well, surely Joe and Chelsea know about
Joe, you
rice. Joe, have you heard of boiling a bag rice?
Sure.
Okay. So we're good here on the Studio 10 team.
Yes.
This really does make your life so much easier if you're interested in that. Okay, you've got Conecuh over here. I love red beans and rice, especially this time of year, because it's affordable, it can feed a lot of people, and it can be in a crock pot or whatever, and you just have it out.
And you can do whatever spice level you want, too. So that is definitely the good thing. You can, of course, use dried red beans, which I have another recipe online that's completely different than this one for red beans and rice. But today I'm using the canned beans, so it'll come together like that.
Delicious. Well, we will continue to work on this. Before we go, you guys, as we said, it's Mardi Gras season, are really ramping up, especially in your downtown locations.
Yes, we have king cakes. We're so happy. Now that we're down there, Barton Academy did this king cake fundraiser, so we baked all the king cakes for them, and they were being delivered today. So that was really nice of them to partner with us. And so all of our stores have king cakes, and we're just kind of gearing up down there. Our store at Government and Broad is right there on the parade route, and it's always a really fun time of year downtown in general.
Yeah, so if you need some snacks beforehand, if you're hungry, or after, to go right in there to that Greer's, I'm sure that the folks there will be excited to see you this Mardi Gras season. When we come back, what are we doing with Joe?
Okay, we're going to add in these veggies and kind of keep going with our seasonings too.
All right, that's next. Make sure you go visit Greers.com for more info.
Well, welcome back into Studio 10. We're joined with Lucy right now with Greer's Markets, and she's cooking up some red beans and rice.
We are, and you had good ideas now that it's getting cold.
Oh, yes.
And Super Bowl is here, and I thought I would share some things that kind of feel like Mardi Gras to me, like this red beans and rice, and I have this Mardi Gras pasta that I'm probably going to do in the next couple weeks, and bring in some king cakes, and it's just kind of hard to believe that time of year is already here.
I know, it's going by so fast. I can't believe today is the first day of February. And so you're already doing this. You have the rice almost ready to go. You browned the sausage, and I can tell you it smells delicious.
Yes, we started with that 1 pound of sausage, and I used Conecuh. You could use whatever you want, and I got a little bit of color on that first. That was about over medium-high heat. It was in there for about 5 or 8 minutes, and then I just added our veggies in. So I have green bell pepper, a few ribs of celery, and a small onion. I just chopped that up, and we're just letting that go for a little bit. And we were talking about rice over the break, and I was telling everybody about the boiling a bag rice. Jen's never used it, but she knows what it is.
I know what it is. I like the microwave rice, where you
I do too.
You stick it in there for 90 seconds, and then you're good.
Yes. So I'll pull this out. This was just so funny to me. I told everybody before, if you weren't watching, that I've always used this boil in a bag rice, but I had some friends over and like half of them had never seen it before. I thought they were kidding. But so, see, I just cooked it in boiling water for like, it says 8 or 10 minutes, and they have brown rice too. And then it's just perfectly cooked. You just get a, you know, however you want to get it. And then it's just cooked perfectly. So you can just pour it over, pour it under, like that.
There you go, nice and easy.
Nice and easy. So if you haven't tried boiling a bag rice, you're seriously missing out.
Super simple.
Super simple.
Yep.
So now I'm going to add a couple of our other ingredients in here. We're going to start with our seasoning. So I have half a teaspoon of thyme, dried thyme, and half a teaspoon of ground sage. Then I'm going to add a couple teaspoons of whatever your favorite Creole seasoning is. I like to use Tony's. And then we are going to add in a couple teaspoons. I just have this Alaga syrup. You could use honey, and it's not going to make the thing sweet, but it's just going to add a little bit of extra flavor and also kind of balance out a lot of these spices and just that strong, all these other strong flavors. So I'm just going to let this go, and once these veggies soften up the way you like them, maybe just a few more minutes, then we'll start adding in a few other things.
See, super simple. I love red beans and rice. I haven't made it myself because I don't know why. I think it's just always something that's intimidated me.
Yeah.
But it seems extremely simple to do it.
It is so simple. It comes together really quickly, and you can, you know, spice it up or spice it down. So that's a good thing too.
And it smells great, and definitely something to have on a cold day. Don't worry, those are coming on the way. Briefly, I was talking about it that Friday, and now it's a Saturday. If you want something that's going to warm you up, this is going to be a great thing to do it. Or I agree with definitely a Mardi Gras meal. I love going to the parades, and we have little tailgates.
Yes.
And bring a dish, and this is something to do. Or even thinking ahead to the Super Bowl.
I know, and it's hard to believe that the Senior Bowl is here too.
Yes.
So if you have plans for the Senior Bowl, and Chelsea had a good idea, you know, you can put this in a crock pot and make it ahead, and then just heat it up, and you'll be ready to go if you're going to watch it on TV or, you know, go in person.
Definitely a crowd favorite.
Yes.
So when we come back, what are you going to be doing?
Okay, we're going to add the beans and our tomato sauce, and we will be almost ready to eat.
Awesome. So we'll have all of that coming up soon, and we'll be back with Lucy in just a little bit.
Thank you.
We are back in the kitchen with Lucy from Greer's. Good to see you. Happy February 1st.
I know. Happy February.
How
Lots
was
going on.
January for Greer's?
January was great for Greer's. It flew by, and now we are just kind of full speed ahead for Mardi Gras, and the bakeries are getting ready for Valentine's Day, you know, getting our cupcake plans going and all that kind of stuff. So all good.
And I know there's so many Greer's throughout our Studio 10 viewing area, and we love all of them. But during Mardi Gras, it really is special for the ones that are located in the heart of downtown with the parades rolling and all that.
It is. We have always had a great time at our store at Government and Broad, right there on the parade route. And then we have a store further south on Broad that, you know, has a lot of action too. But now we have our third store on St. Louis Street, and that one's great because we have a place where people can gather before and after the parade, get a bite to eat, get something to drink, get snacks, whatever. So it's definitely a fun time for us down in the Mardi Gras area.
And red beans and rice kind of feels like a Mardi Gras dish.
Yes, that's what I was kind of thinking. I was kind of getting in the mood for that, and something so simple. So all we did was we started out with some Kaneka. It was a pound of Kaneka. We just put some color on that, and then we added some celery, some green bell pepper, and some onion. And we softened that up, and then we added a little bit of Alaga syrup. You could use honey, just for a little sweetness in there. And then we used some dried thyme, some ground sage, and a little bit of Cajun seasoning.
Could our photographer Mick use whiskey instead if he wanted to?
Yes. Whatever you want to do, Mick.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go.
I think so.
All right, so we're
adding
some beans to the red beans and rice.
So this recipe calls for, I'm using canned beans, and I have 3 cans. I'm using the light red kidney beans. You could use the dark red. And so I drained 1 can, and then I did not drain these other 2 cans. I'm going to add these, and then I have 15 ounces of tomato sauce that I'm going to add. And then all we're going to do is just simmer this for about 30 minutes, and it'll be ready to go. And the great thing about this is if you make it ahead and reheat it whenever you'd like to use it, it'll be even better, just like spaghetti sauce or chili or something.
Yeah, all the flavors kind of take that time to meld in together to give you that goodness. You can see at the forefront of our island here, we have the dish that you already prepared with your boil in a bag rice.
Yes, that I just, some breaking news I just wanted to share with everybody on that boil in a bag rice. If you didn't see it and you hadn't seen this, you should look for it in the rice section, boil in a bag rice.
So quick, so easy, so simple. What a delicious dish. If people need any of their upcoming things for Mardi Gras or just their regular groceries, you can always stop by Greer's, correct?
Correct.
Order online?
Yes, order online, get it delivered if you like. Many options.
Or just walk around like I do and be like, oh.
Yeah, that's true. I do a lot of online shopping, and then same way, like when I'm down the aisles, I'm like, oh, there's something new, or oh, I hadn't thought about doing that before. So that is a good idea to walk around in the store if you are an online shopper sometimes.
Well, happy Mardi Gras season to you. Happy red beans and rice recipes to our viewers out there. You can find it online in the Studio 10 tab at fox10tv.com. Thanks a lot, Lucy.
Thank you. See you next week.